mischief. It's Sunday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Peter. Happy birthday to you. Good morning, vloggity times. Today, I am talking about Lords of Time, which I went to on the weekend, and it was amazing. What is Lords of Time? There's some people out there who might not know. It was a Doctor Who convention by the same people who run Armageddon, which is kind of like New Zealand's miniature version of Comic-Con, kind of a little bit, because everything in New Zealand is a miniature version of something else really, because we're just so small. I should sit up, because my arms will get tired holding the camera above my head. I wonder if I can prop it up on my bed. Oh, yeah. That's amazing framing. That'll work for now. So Matt came up from Wellington, and we went to the show, which luckily is not far from where I live, so we were able to walk there, which is always handy. I realised the day before that my TARDIS costume has a plastic-boned corset, and I didn't really want to be wearing that for 10 hours, so I very quickly had to put together another outfit, which I did. I had a TARDIS blue dress lying around and some old white material from a nurse's hat from an old costume, and some blue rhinestones, and made a TARDIS costume that cost me $0. It was fantastic. I put that together, made a dress with pockets. Yeah, pockets. It's great. You could see a picture of that now. Yeah, that's me and Paul McGann with the Flash and the Nerdfighter signs. But wait, it gets even better. The guests attending were Paul McGann, Peter Davison, Sylvester McCoy, and Colin Baker. Also, Nicholas Briggs, the voice of the Cybermen and the Daleks and the Ice Warriors. Spoiler alert for the Cold War, just in case you didn't know. The Ice Warriors were in the latest episode of Doctor Who. Spoiler alert over, you can come back now. So they were all there, and they all gave panels and talked about stuff. I couldn't vlog it because, one, I didn't really want to carry my iPad around for the day. It's clunky, and I already had to carry around my flat shoes. Because being the sensible person that I am, I wore flat shoes to the event, and then put heels on once I got there, wore my heels at the event, and then again put my flats on when I walked home. So I already had to carry those around. I didn't want to carry around an iPad as well. I couldn't take my Canon because, as we all know, I don't have a memory card for it. Did I tell you guys about that on this channel? I don't know if I did. Just in case I didn't, while I was at my family's house for dinner, I took the memory card out of my Canon to put some footage on my laptop, and I left my memory card on the couch, and it has since gone walkabout, so I have no idea where it is, and I don't have any money to buy a new one yet. That is why this is on my iPad, not on the Canon. So, there we go. Anyhoser, Matt had his iPhone, so throughout the day I'd asked him to grab his phone. I can never think of good questions to ask the guests at these events. You know, I'm always fascinated to hear more from them, but I can never think of good questions. When Colin was giving his panel, I thought of a good question, and the person before me, his answer to their question happened to lead into mine perfectly. Here is the footage of that. Have you ever sat down with the monsters and the figurine of you and just had a wee play?
Have I ever sat down with all the little figures and had a little play?
Yes.
I haven't, but I have 4 daughters at home.
Now, the funny thing is, Matt was filming so that I could hold the microphone and ask the question. I don't know what his logic was, but he filmed the question before mine, the response to that question, and then my asking the question, but he didn't film the response to my question, so I don't actually have any footage of that. Later on in the day, the whole panel of guests were up on stage at once, and we were able to ask them all questions, and I thought, oh, now is my chance to, like, earn some serious nerd cred. I waited, and I waited, and I waited with my hands up, and I thought, this can either go really, really well, and I will get a huge cheer from the crowd, or no one will know what the hell I am talking about, and it would just be really weird. But let's see how this goes. So it came around to me, I got the mic, and I stood up, and I asked them this. I have a request from a bunch of nerds who couldn't be here today. I'm going to steal my boyfriend's phone and run down and get you all to do something called the Nerd Fighter Salute. As you could see, the response was fantastic. So I wasn't the only nerd fighter in the audience, there were lots of other ones there. That was great. I took Matt's phone and I ran down to the front. I had to put the phone down to show them how to do it. So I put the phone down on the stage, showed them how to do the nerd fighter sign, and then I picked the phone back up again. I did some super steady camera work, you know, a nice slow pan back and forth, and then a zoom out to get everyone in. And then I stopped filming, except that I didn't stop filming. I started filming. I filmed me asking the question and then running down to them, and then when I put the phone down to show them how to do it, I hit the stop button on the phone. So my marvellous, lovely pan and zoom out didn't actually record. I have about 0.5 seconds of footage of them actually doing the Nerd Fighter symbol, so here is that footage. So that was the other vlogging fail of the day. At the end of the day, they wanted to get a shot of everyone at the convention, so they got the guests to stand on the stage, everyone in costume to come down and stand in front of the stage, and then everyone else to remain in their seats so we could get a photo of everyone, all the guests and all the attendees and everything. While we were standing there, I was sort of looking around for some sort of direction, and suddenly Matt nudges me in the side. What is it? Peter Davison was just checking you out. Really? Yep, he was staring at your boobs for a good 10 seconds until he caught me looking and then very quickly turned away. Was basically my response to that. The doctor was checking me out. Let's just think about the fact that there was Matt dressed as the 10th Doctor catching Peter Davison staring at his girlfriend's boobs. David Tennant's father-in-law was caught staring at someone's boob by someone dressed as David Tennant. Can we just appreciate that for a moment? Being the broke student that I am, I didn't have a lot of money to spend, so I told myself I can afford one autograph. That's it. Out of the 5 people who are there, I can have one autograph. My process of elimination was thus. I already have Colin Baker's autograph. I already have Peter Davison's autograph. Sylvester McCoy is working on The Hobbit and he's here for all 3 films, so he'll be back in New Zealand at some point. Nicholas Briggs is the youngest of them all, so he's least likely to die first, which left Paul McGann. So, ta-da! This is my Whographs book. When you get an autograph, you have the option of a pre-printed picture that the convention provides, or if you have a personal item, you can take that. Well, I already have a personal item. I don't really need a picture until I saw this picture. How awesome is that? So I'm gonna buy a pretty little frame and put that up. That was the tale of how I got to be queen of the nerd fighters for a day. It was brilliant. So thank you to the guests for sharing your time with us, and for obliging us with all our strange requests, and for signing every bit of paper we throw at you, and for posing for photographs, all those sorts of things. Thank you for being lovely. You made my day. You made my weekend, really. And Peter, I won't tell if you won't. Who am I kidding? I'm telling everyone I can.